you guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing another 3 looks 1 palette, and today's palette is actually going to be one that is on the chopping block for me. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Smoky Eyes Are Forever palette. This was her holiday palette last year. So yeah, we're going to be doing 3 looks with this, chit-chatting, and at the end, I'm basically going to be deciding on whether I am keeping this palette in my collection or not. If you're new here, hey, don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and yeah, let's go ahead and just jump on into the looks, you guys. Okay, so my eyes are primed. We're going to jump into look 1. I really don't even really know what I want to do past the setting shade. I have some green, like a greenish on, but it doesn't really match these greens, so I don't really think it matters, and I'm not going to go anywhere with this makeup. So I think we're just going to go for it. I'm going to take this shade here and start setting the lid and see where we end up. Like I mentioned a little bit in the intro, this palette is on the chopping block, so I really want to push myself during this 3 looks 1 palette to see what I can create and what I can get out of it, because I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna hang on to it or not, and I kind of already feel like I know the answer to that, but I think this palette is beautiful. It is expensive, and it was a gift for Christmas from my boyfriend, so I want to give it, like, you know, a shot, another shot. God, it's just so hard because I do think the formula is so beautiful in this palette. I struggle so hard with the finishes, and the color story like are difficult for me, and I wasn't really expecting that, so you know. Now I think I'm gonna go in with a, well, so that's the thing, there's not really a next shade to build things up, because this has like an olive undertone. This is obviously more reddish. This is brown with like a cool undertone, and then this is a like a navy, almost leaning black kind of situation. So I feel like I really just have to go straight in and just go in, which is just ballsy. So I'm gonna go straight into this like orangey red brick shade, and guess I'm just gonna start plopping it in the crease and building it up into the transition, and we will see how it goes. The reason I still wanted to do a 3 looks 1 palette with this is because sometimes when you get to know a palette a little bit better, or at least for me anyways, it helps me become more comfortable with it, similar to the Patrick Ta and the cream. Alarm went off, so I'm not really sure where that cut me off, but like I was saying, once I get more comfortable, I will use them more, so maybe that will be the situation here with this palette. So that's why I wanted to pull it out and do some looks with it, and if I still end up decluttering it, if anything, maybe it'll give someone who has this palette some look inspiration. So that is kind of my goal, is to figure out what I want to do. This is a super beautiful tone, and look how easily these mattes are like blending out, you guys. Like, they look stunning, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not because the formula is bad, because the formula is good. Like, it is so good. I was actually, when I got this palette, I was rather surprised because people had kind of said how her formula was meh, the shimmers were lackluster. So I don't know if this palette was like formulated different, but the mattes in here are gorgeous, and the shimmers pack like a huge punch. They are blinding. So I was like, what are these people talking about? I will say, for the price tag, the packaging isn't luxury. It's kind of on the cheap side, but that's how it is anymore, you know? I'm thinking I want to go in with this shade here. I'm gonna add a little bit of glitter glue to my eyes, the NYX glitter primer that I always use. And then I'm just gonna go in with a brush and start putting that shade on, and we'll see how it goes. I don't think I've used this palette since like, I would say January or February, because I know I used it around Christmas time and I did a couple looks then when I got it, but I don't think I've reached for it since. And I pull it out and I look at it and I'm like, I don't know what to do. So hoping this gives me a little bit of clarity. Now I'm just going to take a brush and I'm going to go into this shade here, which looks like a really pretty gold shade. And I just start applying that. Like, look how beautiful these are, you guys. Doesn't even do it justice. They are so impactful and sparkly in person. Like, it's literally insane. But at the end, I will flip you guys around so you can see the look, and hopefully it'll capture that shimmer and shine a little bit, but like a little bit better. But yeah, wow, stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Oh my Lord, I just cannot. Well, maybe I won't be able to get rid of this palette, you guys. Which, I don't know, makes me glad that I did this, but we'll see. We still have 2 more looks to go. You guys have seen how I've done another video similar to this with the 3 looks 1 palette when it was a chopping, well, it wasn't a chopping block palette, but by the time we got to the end of the video, it was going. So y'all know how that can go. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, jump off, clean up the under eyes, do the rest of my face, and then I will be back with my final look. Okay, guys, so here is the first finished look. I really like it. I will insert a close-up so hopefully you guys can see the beauty of that shimmer shade a little bit better. I do think that these colors complement my eye color very well. It really brings out the blue in them. On the bottom, I did just dip into this shade here, and that's what I use to line the lower lash line, and I think that it looks really, really nice. Not to get ahead of myself, but like I told you guys, I'm almost wondering if this is just one of those palettes that I needed to get a little bit more familiar with to be comfortable with. We'll see. I still have to do 2 more looks with it. I'm thinking I'm gonna do something with like the green and then something with the lighter tone. So that's kind of my game plan for the remainder of the video and the next 2 looks. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into look number 2. Okay, friends, welcome back for look number 2. If I look a little crazy today, it's because I have a lot of stuff to do around the house, so I don't want to get like fully ready, but I do want to film a look with you guys really quick. So I am, similar to last time, gonna set everything down with this bone shade here. I was trying to decide if I want to go in with the greens or if I want to do something like with the navy today. I feel like I'll do something with the navy and like the pinks maybe. I don't know. I guess like now that I'm using it, like if I'm really looking at it, it's not that difficult to put together a color story as a whole. But when you look at the trios, it's not like cohesive as a color story because of the finishes. So you got like a matte, 2 shimmers, matte, 2 shimmers, 2 shimmers, matte, shimmer, 2 mattes. So like if you're looking at them as a trio, it's just not gonna work. So that's kind of something I've been trying to adjust to and see if it's something that like I'm even interested keeping around that way. And because normally I would like to go in and like build this coloring up a little bit, but there's not really anything to do that with. So going straight in with the navy blue, folks. And we'll see how it comes out. The nice thing is I am not going anywhere. So if it doesn't come out the way I want it or I look comfortable with it in, then it doesn't matter. What color is that? The shade is like weird. Like it looks navy to me, but it's pulling like a kind of black, but not really on the lid. That's interesting, huh? Because I thought it was gonna be like navy, but it definitely looks like a patchy black is what it looks like. Interesting, huh? Well, I'm already not liking this eye, so that's cool. That's cool. Just blend it a little more. I don't know. Doesn't look horrid, just definitely not something I would reach for on a regular basis. But that's kind of, you know, preference too with tones that I enjoy. Deeper shadows like this are kind of intimidating to me. One, because I feel like they have to be formulated really well. And two, it's easier to see user error. So I don't typically go for darker shadows on the daily. Got the hang of this one a little bit better. It does better, I think, if you tap in to blend than any kind of like swiping motions. I feel like it's going better, but that's just my experience. Yeah, I'm really just not loving this shade. Well, either way, I'm home, so I'm not gonna take a bunch of time to try and fix it. So I think it's gonna bother me. I'm like, I'm not gonna fix it, but also I can't, like, not, I don't know. All right, I'm just gonna leave it like that. And then the color that I kind of wanted to go in with, I was thinking like this pink and then maybe layer it up with this one or this one on the top, because I don't really know what else that pink would go with in this particular color story. So I'm gonna just try it this way and we shall see how it goes. Lots of experimenting in the second look. We live for it. All right, I'm gonna take a brush like we did for the other look, and I'm just gonna dip into this pink shade here with it and apply that all over this front part of the lid. Ooh, it's a very, you guys can see that, it's a very berry toned. Really pretty. Pink, it's like deeper, like it's actually a really stunning color. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of this lighter pink here just with my finger and tap it down here to bring some light back, because this eye look is a little deep. Can't really tell on camera at all, but I can tell in person. I do think it needs a lighter one, so I'm gonna take you guys can see it a little bit better now. But I just took a little bit of this shade as well and layered it on top. I can tell you right now, this is not my favorite look. I was gonna film my Shop My Stash intro with this look, but I don't think I'm going to. I don't know, maybe it'll pull together in the end. Like, you know, when you do your mascara and your liner and stuff, it really does make a big difference usually. So we'll see, maybe that'll bring it back together a little bit for me. But we shall see, we shall see. Okay, well, I'm gonna hop off, finish the final touches, and then I'll be back. Okay, so it's definitely not my favorite look. I don't necessarily think that it looks bad, but I'm not like in love with it. You know what I mean? When you have those makeup days where it's like, it looks fine. Like that is kind of how I feel about it. I will insert a, you know, clip, and I think that the formula again looks good. Like the way that the shimmers, which I almost feel like they're foils, the way that they layered was really nice. I just think that the colors, you know, didn't really, what's the word I want to use? Complement each other well, which could have been my fault pairing them together. But I just wanted it to have a little bit more, and there was not really there wasn't really something to give me a little bit more. Like I said, I don't think that this look looks bad, but I don't love it. Like I would never go out of my way to recreate this. So I kind of feel like so far we're 1 and 1. I really liked the first look. I don't really like this look. For the third look, we're gonna go in with the trio that I've actually used the most, which is this green one. It's like the comfort zone of the palette, in my opinion. So I'm gonna do some stuff with that tomorrow. So be sure to stay tuned. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into look number 3. Okay, so I'm back to do look number 3 with you guys. I've just kind of been cleaning and doing some stuff off and on all day. My boyfriend's been away for the whole weekend, so I can film at 9 p.m. if I want. So I thought I would just wipe off the eye look that I had on previously, and we're gonna go ahead and do look 3 now. So of course, starting with the same shade, I'm gonna go into that bone shade right there. I'm gonna see what happens when I use the shimmers like in the crease, since those are put. Since there are 2 shimmers in almost all of the trios, I want to use one in the crease and kind of see how that goes, because I was like reading the back of it because I was trying to figure out like what is the mindset behind this. And the first shade is to prime and prepare. The second shade is to enhance, and the third one is to smoke. So I guess I'm just kind of confused how like you would smoke it out with this shimmer. Like that doesn't really make sense to me. I think if I'm gonna try the steps, I'm gonna use this to prime, and then I'm gonna use this green shade to enhance. So I don't know, put that all over the lid and then use this to smoke it out. I don't really foresee it going that well, but whatever, we're gonna try. I will say this matte I'm dipping into right now, right here in the Power Eyes section, I do think it's a really beautiful matte tone. It has like a taupey olivey undertones, and it is really beautiful. I love the shade, and honestly, it's probably my favorite shade in the whole palette. Which, like, what the heck, you know what I mean? But yeah, it is so stinking pretty. I think it is absolutely beautiful. I still think I am gonna vacuum tonight though, so I'm putting that off obviously by doing some of this. I think my base makeup still looks good enough to like film with, so I just decided to go ahead and go on in. So now this is where I'm kind of like, so do I just like put this all over my lid, I guess? I don't know. We're gonna try it together, okay? This is not how I typically would do an eye look. And yeah, it's not really working. It's like a very light layer, and you can see getting a lot of fallout over there, which is not desirable because my base is already done. Wow, and there's so much kick up in the pan. Okay. So I guess what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna try, okay, I'm gonna try to go into this green shade. I'm gonna try to build that up in the crease, even though it's a shimmer. Yeah, we're gonna get a lot of fallout here. Which, this is a really beautiful shade. It's a gorgeous olive tone. So I'm gonna just take this through the majority of the lid and the crease, which is actually like spreading really nicely throughout the crease and up into the transition. Just like I said though, I am getting a lot of fallout, so I definitely wouldn't recommend doing your eyeballs first if you're gonna go in to these shimmers with a fluffy brush, which kind of seems like how you would have to if you're gonna work it through the crease and everything. I don't know, I guess I can't imagine using a flat brush to do that. So I don't know. But it seems to be like spreading really well. It does give a very smoked out pretty look. Like I said, the green portion is probably the most used portion for me in this whole palette personally. I just think it's really nice. I'm not gonna go in with a glitter glue because I'm not gonna have this on that long, but I am gonna wet I'm going in with that light green again in the middle, and I'm wetting it down on a flat brush. And it's just sticking a lot better, not having nearly as much fallout, how I prefer, how I prefer to apply like a shimmer like this. But hey, I was trying. I was like, okay, we're gonna mess around a little bit. I'm not going anywhere. I don't have to wear this for very long, so we could have some playtime with it, which, I mean, it was interesting to experiment. Helped me to get a little bit of a better idea. Wow, there's like, these shades are, those two green shades are a lot more crumbly / fallouty than the other ones, which is kind of weird. Wow, I just look like I have a green eye under there. We're just gonna ignore all the fallout on my face, you guys. Because it is what it is. I'm gonna take a liner and just quickly enhance our lash line. And I'll probably do another layer of mascara, maybe just to freshen it up a little bit. Maybe let's do a wing. Not my best, but I feel like I'm doing it all backwards, so kind of is what it is. And like I mentioned, I'm just gonna go in with another layer of my mascara just to kind of freshen it up a little bit, since we were blending shadow on top, just to kind of bring the lash back. I still feel like some of the shadow is falling out. That's why I don't really like blending with shimmers like that, because I personally feel like they have a tendency to continue having fallout because they're just like brushed on. They're not like sticking or like adhering very well, so they can continue to kind of fluff off. But whatever, is what it is. Is what it is, you guys. It's past 9 o'clock. I don't give a patootie about it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. You want to know how I feel about it? This is how I feel about it. Don't matter. But yeah, so this is the final look. I'll insert a close-up. I do like this one. I think it's pretty. And it was kind of interesting because it allowed me today to think of, you know, really think about the looks that I've created and what I liked, what I didn't like, what I have that I could use in my collection that I like better. And especially for the green look, because like I said, it's, you know, what I like the best in it. I like this better, which is my mini from Natasha Denona. And then I also have my Melt palette, which I like better. So I was like, okay, there's that. The first look, those aren't tones that I typically go for, but if I wanted to, I have those tones in my collection. And then with look 2, I do think I was a little harsher than I needed to be on that look. I really felt like, yeah, I felt like I was a little harsh on it, but still at the end of the day, I don't really think it's something I would gravitate toward or would, you know, do frequently. So I don't know. I'm still kind of thinking on this one. Like I said, I think the formula is really pretty. I think it works really well. I just think that the color story with the particular finishes makes it a little difficult for me. So I don't tend to reach for it. And this whole year, I've really been working on curating a collection that is catered toward me and what I want to reach for. I'm not hanging on to things anymore that I'm like, man, I really need to use that. I'm trying to cater a collection to be like, wow, I want to use this. I want to use this. Like, I don't have enough days, but I want to use this. Like, that's kind of what I'm gearing toward. And like, I've had this since Christmas, and this is the most it's been used since then. So I kind of just feel like it's maybe not it for me. So you might see her in a future declutter video. But yeah, that is all for today's 3 looks 1 palette. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Bye!